Alright people, welcome back to Conquer and Commander. Today we're going to be looking at a game featuring my Vorel of the Hull Clade deck. For the complete deck list, go to puremtgo.com and you'll see the deck list done up all nice and neat. Looking like this. I'm still working on putting the article together, so it's kind of a mess, but I'll have a link in the video description so that you can take a look. Let's just see who our opponents are here. First up is Seshiro the Anointed, obviously tribal snakes. You can't discount the snakes. Snakes generally aren't the most powerful tribe, but giving them the pump and the card draw obviously helps them out a lot. I love Seshiro himself personally. Eventually, one of these days, I'm going to put together a decent snake deck on my own, but today's not that day. Over here, we've got my boy Royal Owl playing Azusa Lost but Seeking. Big mana spells, lots of mana, lots of ramp. And then Kaervek the Merciless, who's going to hurt you for playing spells. And typically it's a control deck. We'll see what he ends up bringing to the table. Right now I've only got one land, one forest, and so I'm going to have to send this back. As when you take a look at the deck list, you'll see that I'm really greedy on the mana. And I only run 35 lands, and in all honesty I should probably have more. So I send it back, and I get 4 lands in this hand, and I should let you know that after I played this game, I took out Tectonic Edge for another land that produces maybe an island or something, I don't know. But this is obviously a keep for me. Let me move this over a little bit. I'm the only guy playing blue, so that's why Owl says kill the blue deck. So there's a little bit of political shenanigans starting already. Thanks, Al. And he starts off... God damn it. Hold on. Alright, sorry about that. I'm back. People are conspiring to keep me from doing this recording. Anyways, I drew Inkmoth Nexus, and I took this card out because I had too many colorless lands. And this was a remnant from when I had more of a proliferate theme. And that's replaced with a colored land as well. So, let's see how we do here. Azusa doesn't have a turn to play, which is good. Kaervek gets Lightning Greaves, always a nice card. I go ahead and put out a forest and do nothing, drawing Eternity Vessel. Seshiro does nothing. So, nothing really going on the first 2 turns, but obviously turn 3 Azusa is going to come out. And 2 more lands are going to come out as well. Kaervek plays Darksteel Ingot to ramp a little bit. I draw Colonian Hydra. I've got really nothing going on that's interesting right now, so I'm just going to throw Vorel out there. Hey, doing a vid. Talk to you later. I'm just going to throw Vorel out there and see what I can do here. Seshiro plays... Okay, yeah, this is an issue because Shizuko gives everybody 3 free mana. And the first person to get that free mana is going to be the Azusa deck, which is just going to lead to problems. So yeah, he plays Crucible, and he has a fetch land in his in his graveyard. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 3. He's got 10 mana right now on turn 4. So he's going to play Sylvan Primordial, or not 10 because he had to use 3 in order to do the Crucible. So he's only got 7. And he blows up some stuff. He blows up a forest, my tropical island, which leaves me off of blue, and the Lightning Greaves. And he ramps a little more. Alright, fine. And then he attacks the Kaervek player with his 2 little guys. There's Spiteful Visions, which is going to be helpful for drawing. But it's going to hurt a little bit. I go ahead and play Wood Ripper. I'm happy that Shizuko gives off green mana. So that I can actually cast some of my colored spells. Again, this is another reason why I took out these cards in order to add more colored mana. I put Wood Ripper out there so that I could at least blow up the Crucible, and he can't keep yanking lands from his deck with the fetch land in his graveyard. So Seshiro is going to play Journey of Discovery Entwined. I blow up the Crucible. Wood Ripper is a pretty fun card that I don't really see anybody ever play. But, you know, I figured he was going to be fun with Vorel. But yeah, and then he plays Gaia's Blessing just to draw a card. So Azusa is going to enjoy the extra card draw here and play Mana Reflection. Unfortunately, I can't blow up the Mana Reflection. With Wood Ripper. And then Rampaging Balos comes out, and he's going to make 1 or 2 beast tokens. 3 beast tokens, my bad. He has a strip mine, and he strip mined one of Kaervek's lands, and then he plays Garruk Primal Hunter. And he makes a beast token. And then he sends all his dudes after Kaervek. He's really worried about Kaervek being like a griefer kind of deck, probably. Or he is, actually. He ends up saying that later on. So Kaervek plays Thespian Stage, and then with the mana from Shizuko, you didn't see it, but stop. But he ended up playing Molten Disaster for 6, which wipes the board of everything except the Primordial. So that's good, though. I can use that to kind of recover, but I could have, and I'm still not drawing any real good mana. But I can, however, play my Forgotten Ancient. So Shiro plays Green Sun Zenith for 4, getting Oracle of Moldiah, and then Riverboa. Reincarnation is on the top of his library, and this is a fun, goofy creature, or card, that I see played occasionally. Just when somebody wraths, you can go ahead and scoop something good out. That's on the top of his library right there. I'm really off colored mana here. He plays Duplicant, Azusa, getting rid of the Oracle. And then attacks the Kaervek player. Kaervek's down to 16 now. And then plays Yavimaya Elder and sacrifices it to draw some lands and a card. And then plays Green Sun Zenith to get Vorinclex. Sweet. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about Vorinclex right now, so I'm going to rely upon my opponents to help me out with this. So Kaervek plays Duplicant, thankfully getting rid of Vorinclex. That's very helpful, because now it means that I can actually play spells. And he gets a big 7/6 Duplicant. Right now, because of the amount of spells that have been played, Forgotten Ancients is 6/9, but I don't really want to draw a whole ton of attention to myself. I finally draw an island. And there's Eternal Witness. I play Swiftfoot Boots, and I put it on my Ancient just to protect him. And that's it. Because at this point, the Hydra is not going to help me too much. It's just going to draw attention to myself. And if I'm lucky, I can Cyclonic Rift something that needs to go away. Spiteful Visions makes me down to 28, so Shiro's down to 27. Azusa's down to 27. Snake Pit gets played. I've never seen this card played before. Whenever an opponent casts a blue or black spell, you may put a 1/1 snake into the battlefield. That seems really useful. There's almost always blue being played in a multiplayer game. Almost always. So it's like free stinks, essentially, for Seshiro. So Azusa goes down to 25. Plays Caged Sun. And goes in and hits Kaervek, who blocks with the duplicate. One thing to note is that Azusa does have Yavimaya Hollow to help him regenerate. And then he plays Genesis. Foreign Klex is gone. Yeah, and this is the Kaervek player is asking, because I've got a Tectonic Edge, and Seshiro has a Tectonic Edge. One of us to Tectonic Edge the Yavimaya Hollow, because we can't really... He says he can blow things up, but he can blow up or kill his creatures, but he can't do it with the regeneration still out there. Unfortunately, I just need land. I haven't drawn much in the way of lands. Seshiro actually has a few more lands than I do. And Azusa, of course, being an Azusa deck, has no cards in hand, but has a ton of land. So Kaervek can't get an untap. Does draw a swamp. I've got a very large Forgotten Ancient. I guess if I really wanted to right here, I could kill the Kaervek player. But instead what I want to do is I draw Nature's Lore and I draw 3 visits. So I can ramp. And I'm going to just leave Kaervek out there for the Azusa player to beat up on right now. Actually, no. You know what I do? I was thinking about killing the Kaervek player just so that... and I put the 1,000-year elixir out there. Just so that the Azusa player couldn't get the draw. But I let him live to soak up the damage. And then Seshiro Tectonic Edges the Yavimaya Yavimaya Hollow here. But it's not going to matter because Kaervek's going to die. He regenerates the Primordial, but it's not going to matter. So Seshiro draws some cards. And plays Greaves. Equips his River Boa. And does not attack. Alright. So Azusa draws a couple cards. And drops down to 23. And then attacks Kaervek, killing him. Alright, so I've got a very large Forgotten Ancient. He's 15, 18. I finally have land. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and play a large Primordial Hydra. He's going to have 6 counters on him. Seshiro plays Cobra Trap for a lot of Cobras at the end of my turn. Draws another land. And plays Seshiro. So now he's got a bunch of 3/3 critters. And his commander out there. And all he needs to do is hit with a couple of them and he's going to draw some cards. So he sends them all after Azusa. And they block. He draws 3 cards. One of his snakes dies, and that's it. Azusa has 1 card in hand and basically has a whole lot of nothing. I stack my triggers on my upkeep so that the Forgotten Ancient pushes a bunch of counters onto the Hydra before his doubling goes on. And Seshiro has 6 cards in hand. So I make the Hydra 17-17. That doubles to a 34-34. My issue is Azusa only has 1 card in hand. Seshiro has 6. Typically, I would try and kill the Azusa player right now. But instead, I don't want to deal with Seshiro being able to draw a whole bunch of cards. And so I send the Hydra after Seshiro. And I take... oh, I draw Acidic Slime. Yeah, look at that. And I kill him. So, I mean, I was just like sweeping it in at the end. Um, after. I mean, the Seshiro player could have attacked me, but obviously the Azusa player. I hadn't really done anything. I mean, I've got a big Forgotten Ancient. I don't know. But I just took advantage of the situation right there. And then I play Acidic Slime, getting rid of the Mana Reflection. Azusa. Plays Green Sun Zenith for Craterhoof Behemoth. Now the good thing is I'm still holding Cyclonic Rift, and I've got a big blocker here. One of the things I forgot though is that I could have used the 1000-Year Elixir to untap my Hydra. Just completely forgot it. But what I do is I put the Slime in front of the Primordial, and I put the Forgotten Ancient in front of the Behemoth, and then I'm going to bounce the Genesis, and that's going to do enough to let me live. But I do drop to 9. He ends up recasting Genesis, and it's not enough to help him. I put some... I mean, he's a 74-74. And that's the game. A very large Hydra. So yeah, that's just a matter of, like, laying low with Vorel and coming in and sweeping up the leftovers, essentially. I got lucky because Azusa, like, didn't really draw into anything really good. I mean, he did get Green Sun Zenith for Craterhoof, but luckily I still had enough life to survive that, even with my mistake of forgetting to untap the Hydra with the 1000-Year Elixir. Quick game, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Alright, thanks.